everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel where you can find weekly recipes, inspiration and more. If you're not a subscriber yet, what are you waiting for? Please hit that subscribe button and join in. In today's new video, we're going to make an asparagus risotto, and it's a very Italian dish and I super love it, especially when it's a little bit extra creamy. Well, let's get started. I start by cutting half of a yellow onion in small pieces. I prepare the asparagus. I bend them so that the harder part breaks off. I use the bottoms of the asparagus to make a veggie broth that I'll use in the risotto. It's perfect, so we're not wasting any parts of the asparagus. I boil a piece of onion and the bottoms of the asparagus in about 1.5 liters of water with about half a tablespoon of salt. In a pan, I fry up the onion in a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil, and I chop up the stems into pieces of around this size. And when the onion starts to sizzle, I add in the asparagus without the tops. I'm gonna let them soften for about 5 minutes. And then I set aside some of the asparagus. The type of rice I suggest using when making risotto is carnaroli or arborio rice. So now we're gonna toast the rice. Toasting the rice is often referred as a fundamental step when preparing risotto. The reason why is because it helps the rice maintain its structure without breaking apart during the cooking. And it also helps the risotto be creamier. Some people like to toast the rice by itself or with butter, but for this recipe I'm toasting it with the oil and the asparagus. So with the burner set to a pretty high heat, I mix in the rice for 3 minutes. That's all it takes to toast the rice. At the end of those 3 minutes, I'm adding 1/4 cup of white wine. No worries, if you don't have white wine, just substitute it with the broth. The alcohol in the wine will evaporate super quickly, so it's not gonna be alcoholic risotto. I add the tops of the asparagus so that they don't break apart now that there is more liquid in the pan, and I gradually pour a few ladles full of broth. Make sure the broth is boiling when you add it in so that it doesn't slow down the cooking of the rice. So we're gonna cook the risotto for about 20 minutes, and every time that the broth in the pan evaporates, add a couple more ladles of it and stir it often. Repeat this process until the risotto is ready. The cooking time may vary based on the rice you're using or the pan, so you may want to taste it every once in a while to make sure you're not overcooking it, and adjust for salt based on your taste. So once the broth is halfway through, you may want to remove the stems so that it's easier to just pour the broth into the rice. Now let's go back to the asparagus that I set aside earlier. Add a little bit of broth and blend them until you get a nice cream. This step is optional, but to me, it's definitely worth it. Add it to the pan and mix everything. So once the risotto is cooked, turn off the heat and add the butter, the grated cheese, and some black pepper. Give it the last few energetic stirs until it's nice and creamy, and serve it onto a plate. Tap the bottom of the dish to flatten the risotto and sprinkle a bit extra black pepper on top. And your risotto is ready. At the first bite, if you close your eyes, maybe you'll feel like you're in an Italian restaurant. Who knows? Try it out and let me know what you think in the comments below. If you like this recipe, please leave it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe for new weekly recipes. Bye bye! Hello. Hello.